Iya talaga, lolo. Pareho lang galing kahit pareho lang galing tara ng CJ. Eh mo na ipaluban kay lola, ipatay kayo. Ba't na yun?
Number 3 Inferno. It's going to be quick and easy for all of these players if only they're able to hit their shots. But we know that it's a little more complicated than just clicking on heads. That's what makes Counter-Strike such a good game. To be not the simplest games for either team, but it does look like these players on QBF are going to make this in their advantage to start off with. Already a pause called across the board, and we're actually having a player drop out from QBF. A little bit of a pause is going to be needed. Twist already getting 2 kills, and it's all down to Boomich. Bomb has been planted, and now this counter-terror is going to have to come in to do this all by himself. He's going to Disco Doppelin. That's going to be easy. He just has to hit him literally anywhere, but Twist is in such a position to win this, and that's exactly what he does. How great from him. Hopefully this pause doesn't take long at all. I have been told that it is an internet problem for one of the QBF players. I imagine it's Kvik, considering he's not in the server. That is just an assumption, though. I could be wrong. Could take a good amount of time to get back into the game fully. Hopefully it won't. I think this will be quick and easy. It's just a waiting game now as this match gets paused for technical delays. Waiting on confirmation that Kvik is in fact back for good. His internet has been fixed, and well, match is now live once again. This is going to be hopefully smooth and steady from here. No unneeded pauses from either team. Technical issues are never fun to deal with, especially when money is on the line, as the winner of this map gets to go on to the grand final, the first person going on to the final. Of course, they'll get a slice of $10,000 if they're able to accomplish that. Jumqua is going to find the first kill of round number 2 onto Hampus, but Broland wants to trade it out. Jumqua's going to get out of dodge at this point in time. Godsent, they want to just dominate this map because QB Fire, if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. We've seen that time and time again with this team at the major, after the major, in tournaments like this. And in fact, we've seen it just in maps today against Godsent. Seeing this go to a third map, it's going to be a pretty bad blow to either team, depending on who will. Twist is able to get that kill onto Gavik, which almost completely solidifies Godsent winning this round. It's down to 54. Disco Doplin turns it into a show. Was actually able to get 2 kills in that round. That's some decent economic damage for the team. 2 rounds now for Godsent. They need 14 more to win this entire matchup. I just love doing events like this because chat just freaks out and says that everyone's hacking or throwing, and it's just really, it's really entertaining. So thank you, chat, for entertaining me. Twist and Hampus both getting kills to start off the round. Well, as Kavik, he's going to do some damage for his team. He's going to be the only one doing damage for his team. He has to get an ace to make this work, or at least defuse the bomb. Doing that without getting all the kills is quite difficult at times. Hampus is going to stop Kavik from getting there, though. Caster recently got into CS. Yeah, 10 years ago, I got into CS. 5 M4s for QB Fire. This is going to be their most convincing round yet, as this is the first full gun round from the Russian team. The best chance that they have. Able to get 1 kill and Boomich with 2. This is a convincing round for them. However, it has turned back in favor of Godsent, as now it's all down to Jumqua to get 2 kills, and if anyone can, it is this final player remaining. He already finds 1. He's gotten clutches on both maps so far. This could be his first of many here on map number 3. Hampus isn't able to close this out. He does it once again. Such a slow and steady round through that smoke, just waiting for it to clear. You don't want to overextend yourself, and, well, Broland, he was so good in map number 1, but he's yet to frag here on map number 3. However, it is still early days. There are players that haven't gotten kills yet on either team. For example, Waterfalls, he hasn't been able to buy that AWP quite yet. Such an interesting best of 3. So even and back and forth between these two teams. Wonder who will be able to come out on top in this final best of 1. I like to say best of 3s, but not best of 3s. What really all matters about that third map. However, the first 2 really start to build momentum and start those mind games. So it's really just a best of 1 with a great storyline once you get to this final map. I'm spouting absolute nonsense. I'm sure most of you. I'll just get back to the game at hand. Broland finally getting his first kill. Hopefully first of many, as he does have that AK-47. This is going to be the round for Godsent. It's a 4v1. Boblina only has that UMP to work with. Actually able to get a goal onto Freddy B, almost on the Twist as well. That would have been some excellent economic damage to lead them into their first full save. At least I imagine it's going to be a full save. okay, having Kvik buy that CZ makes sense, but no, they are, in fact, buying into this round of Boblina with the scout. It makes sense economically. They wouldn't be able to full buy in the next round, even if they did full save. So this makes sense, especially if he want to disco Doppelin, which he does just barely, so it's not going to work out totally for him. Maybe he can go back, drop the AK for one of his teammates, and everything could be all fine for this team. Godsent is now to take control of this game, put it back in their own hands. Now Waterfalls, he's going to take quite a bit of damage from Catwalk. That's going to be Boblina, not using the scout, but rather a grenade. A whole minute remains, so, I mean, sure, Broland has time to pick up this bomb. He could even go all the way back to A site. Boblina, masterful movement. He's going to be able to do a significant amount of damage. Broland probably shouldn't have held that angle. Getting the bomb down first might have been a better priority. However, there's no way of knowing that Boblina would have hit that jump to begin with in Catwalk. Really found that useful. Broland now in self-boost to be able to find some damage for Catwalk. Jimqua in a dangerous position after that flashbang from Broland. Played like an absolute champion. This is looking like Godsent have a good chance of shutting down QB Fire at every chance that they can. This is going to be a full save from QBF now as Godsent up by 4, looking to make it 5 in round number 7. Like Mitch rushing up middle, actually able to get a kill, almost makes it 2. It's going to be Boblina to actually finish off that second. Definitely a little too close for comfort, especially now that Waterfalls has that AWP. Broland, he's able to get the bomb down, fall back to Firebox, and he's going to be defending this as strongly as possible. But in the 2v2, I definitely don't want Waterfalls to have an AWP. I don't want Jimqua to be able to pick up that AK-47. This is really possible from QB Fire to be able to win this round. Though, more important than getting that bomb defused is saving those 2 weapons. It looks like that is exactly what they're doing. We're going to go ahead and concede the round to the Swede. But Jimqua, he's already lost that AK-47. The AWP might not be too safe, though it doesn't seem like the Terrorists are going to be able to get that out of Waterfall's hands in time. It will be 6 rounds now for Godsent. Still just 1 for QBF, but holding on to that AWP really lets these counter-terrorists buy fully and well. A pretty sight for Godsent if they win this round. Boblina mowing down everybody, absolutely destroying Godsent. That is not what we want to see as a Swede. He does get the kill. 3 players remain on QBF, including both of the ops. This double op on QB Fire has proven to be extremely powerful on both maps up until this point, and the 3rd map as well. 2-6 scoreline. In fact, we're only seeing a weird, decent force from Godsent. 2 AK-47s and 3 CZs. They could definitely win this round, especially on T side since they're going B. They just need to overwhelm that first player, which I'd say the first player you need to overwhelm is Kvik since he has that AWP. He's going to get at least 1 kill from these terrorists inside of apartments. If he doesn't, he should be ashamed of himself because that is almost a guaranteed free kill, and he does. He gets that first kill onto Broland before these teams are even in apartments. He might even be able to find a second. But no, these teams are getting up way too quickly. It's going to have to be a no-scope, and that's exactly what he does. He even gets the bomb for these terrorists. A 3v4 man advantage to QB Fire, but all these terrorists want to do is get this bomb down at that moment. 3v3 now as Freddie B does get the kill, and Hampus knows that there's one in apartments. Twist is going to get the kill into Boblina. Boomich falls as well, and it's all down to waterfalls. It's all crumbling apart for QBF at map number 3. 7 rounds for Godsent, and now these players on QBF, they're not going to be incredibly well off. 2 players below $2,000 at the start of the round. I can see a force happening, or maybe, no, it is going to be a complete force, much like Godsent had at the beginning of that round. However, QBF, they can't just all rush into one point and expect to get the kills. They are going to do that in Palace, which isn't going to work out too well as Disco Doppler is going to get one of the kills. Vic and Boblina finding some action for themselves. It's a 3v3, and AK recovered by Boblina does make this a possible round for QBF. Securing the round for Godsent. There's still Jinhua alive over on that QBF side, but against Twist and Pretty B with head armor, they had full utility. It's gone now. That may has guaranteed the round for Godsent. RIP Jinhua. Pretty B has destroyed here. 8 rounds now for Godsent, a 6-round advantage for these terrorists. As could be with that Mac-10 in the hands of Hampus. He just kind of wants to farm cash right now. He should be able to do that as long as he can, get out of T-Ramp. It's not going to happen, but at least he's going to get a kill, pay for his weapon at least a little bit, and outright rush onto the B-bomb site. That's only 1 player's watching it. Jimpo will follow through. Disco Doppler's boot. Find waterfalls. It's a successful retake. If it Boblina, he wants to be able to get a kill or 2 with this Mac-10, but necessarily going for the defuse is not the way to do it. He has to play for exits, and he's finding himself in a great position to do so. It looks like these terrorists may not be going in this direction. Kvik is going to be able to get an 8-7, overextends himself, falls victim directly to Disco Doppler. How unfortunate is that from Boblina that the terrorists all decided different entry points, rather exit points. 9 rounds now for Godsent as there's a 7-round lead going into the final part of half number 1. Players on QBF are going to be able to buy into this, but Waterfalls, he's a glass cannon, no utility to his name, no armor whatsoever. This is probably going to be the easiest time that Godsent are going to be able to kill him. This is the best shot that they have to absolutely destroy QBF going into the rest of this half. Twist does get that kill onto Boomich to start things off, but Kvik is in position on Catwalk, sitting in the ladder room, just trying to make a pick happen. He needs to trade out his teammate, but he just doesn't know how he's going to accomplish that. Disco Doppler looking for an entry over on the A-bomb site, and that's exactly what he finds. The 1-tap onto Boblina. 4v2. This is not looking pretty for QBF. Now it's all down to Jumqua. That op has already been ripped out of the hands of Waterfalls, who was only able to get that opening kill onto Broland. This is how you close games out. Jimqua consistently being the last player alive. Well, whenever Godsent, Jimqua's the last player alive. That's kind of how Mirage works, it seems. Freddie B's going to get that bomb down all by his lonesome. He knows that Jimqua won't be able to get there and defuse the bomb. All about whether or not they can get that gun out of his hands, which, honestly, they're not quite at full reset territory. If you get that AK away, there's a good chance that you're going to be guaranteed to win the next round. Honestly, it's not looking too shabby for Godsent right now, because QBF have only been able to win 3 rounds. Oh my goodness, is Jimqua going to run for this and go for it? He doesn't have time, does he? He's sticking it. He's going for this. Could this actually be it? Oh my god, he has it! He has it! And QBF win the round. Jimqua, that was absolutely insane. What an oversight from Godsent. They never should have been able to lose that round. What in the world is that from Godsent? Jimqua, he played that so smart. He knew that those two terrorists weren't on the site. He went for it, and it worked with flying colors. Oh my god! Freddie B gets the opening kill onto Kvik. Boomich in turn onto Twist. A 4v4 already. Godsent has proven that they need to do more than just get the bomb down in order to win the round. They actually need to, defend against it as well. Boomich does get that kill to Disco Doplin, but it's kept so even by Hampus returning on the waterfalls. Getting yet another kill onto Jumqua. No ninja defuse for you. It wasn't even a ninja defuse. It was more of a... I don't know what that was. They knew that he could go for the bomb. They knew that he was in CT. I'm not quite sure what that call was from Godsent. They might have just been calling his bluff, not thinking that he had enough time. Broland does get the kill onto Boomich. Now it's all down to Christina, and the Hampus will shut him down. 3 kills for him in that round. This is not a pretty sight for these players over on QBF. In fact, the third round that they got was just a throwaway from Godsent, it seems. But it paid off very nicely with that full reset. It's actually going to make it kind of a force buy in round number 14, which means QB Fire, if they don't win this round, they're not going to be able to full buy into the final round of the half either. Which means Godsent, they're in a pretty good position to end this half 12-3. Towards that B bomb site, getting that free kill over towards the ladder, purely based on both of the players being fine. Twist is going to find Jumqua. Now it's all down to Boblina and Boomich to make this work. It's like Disco Doplin just kind of lurking over towards the A site. Oh, Boblina. Now it's revealed where he is, and Disco Doplin should have no hard time getting this kill. That is how you win a round right there. Berlin knew exactly where Boomich was because the bomb was directly in front of that CT. You're not going to be able to full buy into this round if you're QBF. It's going to be another force, but not a pretty one by any means. Only one player is going to be able to buy an M4 with armor. It's going to be an SMG for one player and pistols for 3, unless Boblina does something out of the ordinary. He does not. Completely as expected. I know that it's Valina. I've read that all the time, but I'm American and I don't want to butcher curriculum. So I might as well stick to a horrible one. Broland able to get those 2 entry frags. However, Freddie B and Campus are dead. This is definitely possible for Jimco once again. Clutch king for these players. Is versus 2, and he's not going to make it work this time. That is 12 rounds for Godsent at the end of half number 1 of map number 3. In fact, it should have been 13-2. Godsent just threw that round away with QB Fire, but they were able to recover by full resetting QBF so that they weren't able to buy for the rest of the half. Fanboys will say it was purposeful, but I highly doubt it. 3 rounds. If you looked at that pattern right at halftime, Godsent would win 3 rounds, lose 1, win 3 rounds, lose 1, and then win 3 rounds. It's such an interesting pattern picked up by the new counter-terrorist team as they have 12 rounds. I mean, QBF just cannot afford to lose this pistol. Look like Freddie B is going to get a kill, but it's quickly traded out by Waterfalls. Jumqua is quick to follow up as well. It's down to a 3v4, and in fact, QB Fire even have the bomb down already. The 2v3 definitely still winnable here for Godsent. These players are just getting in position to be able to get these kills on one another. Balbolina, he's convinced that the CT is going to come from Palace, but maybe as time ticks away, he knows that he just needs to stop that bomb from being defused. But oh my goodness, Roland almost had that. That would have been so disappointing from QBF. They're keeping their head above water after winning that pistol round. Hopefully Godsent aren't going to be able to make it work with these upgraded pistols, and QB Fire can keep themselves alive just for a little bit longer. Just the smallest amount of time longer. This is absolutely insane. Seeing this setup from Godsent, if they're able to get these kills, they're able to get them quickly as well. They could change this into something absolutely incredible. Not a pretty set for Godsent. They're not going to be able to close this game out as quickly as they once imagined. Though, still, a definite possibility. Should be pretty simple. We'll get the final kill onto Hampus. 5 rounds now for QBF. They're almost to the halfway point of coming back against Godsent. That would be incredible for sure. I love seeing the easy over in every game, but the thing that happens is that it almost happened for all 2 maps so far. And this could be the 3rd map in which an easy overtime is possible again. Again, it's not easy. It's the opposite of easy. Very difficult. These teams have just been so evenly matched. I'm glad to see QBF not just get destroyed by Godsent in half number 2. That would have been so disappointing after all of the hard work that QB Fire put into this best of 3. Disco Doplin is able to trade out Balbolina for Twist. This game is definitely under time. I like that saying. 4v4 here. Campus is in a very going to be able to get that kill into Boomich for free. Now it's a 4v3. Catch him out of position. Disco Doplin looking to get at least one more kill here onto Jimqua, but it doesn't happen. I mean, this bomb's going to go off no matter what. But Disco Doplin, he does a lot of economic damage. For him, only 2 players survive, and Jimqua just barely. In fact, he might die if he overextends this. He doesn't, in the end. But Godsent, they're going to be able to buy now, holding on to that AK-47 from that round. Disco Doplin, who's actually going to be double-opping with Twist. They want to close this out. They need to win this round against QB Fire if they don't want this to get a little too close for comfort, because this, as a first gun round, is such a heavy investment. Twist getting that opening pick on the waterfalls, that's probably your biggest opponent from middle, already out of the picture. Nina is looking to do some damage. Middle control is to be had from these terrorists, but at what cost? Losing your primary op. Was looking for this kill. It's not going to happen. It's going to be convicted by Froland in the meantime instead. Honestly, very, very interesting. It's 4v4. Jimqua just playing around the edge of the smoke. He should be able to find Hampus fairly soon if Hampus ever peaks. This is going to be an outright rush onto the B bomb site from QB Fire, which Godsent might not be able to really work against with those 2 ops. Well, I mean, there's only 1 on B currently, but Hampus, he's probably going to be 1 and done. That current position that he has. He's able to get the 1 kill into Jimqua. I'd say that was required of him. But now it's a rotate back towards A through the underpass. However, Twist, he's not falling for it. He's going to get that kill onto Balbolina at least. There's still 2 kills to be had for the counter-terrorist team, and it looks like Twist might be getting both of them. It's actually going to be Freddie B for Godsent, picking up the 13th round for the Swedish team. That is very, very impressive from the Swedish team to come back like that with a double op. Now they have 2 AK-47s. QB Fire, they have to win this gun round or else they're going to have a long road ahead of them to make this even a possibility for them to win. Paulina does have that bomb and the CZ, just waiting for his teammates to get an opening pick towards B. Trying to make something work out for them so that they can make this work. Waterfalls, he does have that AWP and it's already picking up very well. Putting one of those rifles out of the hands of a counter-terrorist. Bumich doing the exact same with Freddie B. It's all down to the double op plus an AK-47 in the hands of Hampus. These are 3 players that have been playing incredibly well so far on this map. I mean, Disco Doplin, he's 16 and 10, Twist 18 and 9, and Hampus 20 and 13. They all have more kills than the entirety of the QB Fire roster, but with over double the score, what would you expect? Smokes are being thrown out towards the A bomb site. It's only Disco Doplin that's trying to stop that push for A. While B bomb site is under terrorist control, Disco Doplin's gonna have no choice but to fall back. He's in a position now where he's got 2 out of 5 kills required for this. Looks like he's gonna go for it, though he knows he has very little chance. In fact, Waterfalls is in such a position. But I'd say Disco Doplin has no chance at this right now. This Waterfalls will find it instead. That's going to be another round for QBF. 7 versus 13. They're still down by 6, and Godsent only needs 3. QBF's definitely starting to come back. Over halfway to making this possible is QBF, but it's still a long road ahead of them. Luckily for them, Godsent weren't able to win that round, and it was a full reset from QBF on to Godsent, which means they have quite a few more rounds of headroom until they could be in a very dangerous position again. This is, of course, going to be round number 21, and a very dangerous round at that. Not 100% sure these players are going to be able to do this in the long run for Godsent. They've already lost such a strong lead. I mean, QB Fire's still only halfway there, but I'd say if QB Fire get to 10 rounds, it shouldn't be too difficult for them in this position. It's going to be kind of tilting for Godsent. They're not really a team that gets too tilted. They don't play extremely emotionally, but that is still going to be difficult to deal with after losing such a strong lead at the beginning. After Hampus gets a kill onto Bumich. This has been a good round for Godsent, considering it is just an eco. It's not like Freddie B is going to be able to win this, but he knows that there's one coming from the other side. He's actually going to be able to get that one kill, and he knows that there's one at the murder hole as well. This is dangerous now for Godsent. I mean, you're not coming around no matter what. They can do a lot of damage. You know that Jumpa is there. It's all going to be down to just Waterfalls alive for QBF. There's some good economic damage to be had from Godsent onto Russia with QB Fire. Look at that. If Godsent win this, the economy not going to be too hot over on the Russian team. The Swedes might have it in the bag if they're able to just defend against the push from these terrorists. It's a 5-round difference in QB Fire. They do have an advantage in this round. Better weaponry. This jump was Molly up the position. This is just an absolutely brutal round. It's already down to just Disco Doplin 4. Save that AWP, my friend. Save that AWP. That's exactly what he's going to attempt to do. But whether or not these players in QB Fire let him is a different story. Vic flashing out. Yeah, they're going for it. They're attempting to remove the op from Disco Doppler. That's exactly what he's going to accomplish. Even pick up an AWP for his teammate. That's incredible. That's exactly what you want to see. It's actually Paulina that accomplished that. Speaking of Waterfall Zone, AWP. QB Fire incredibly close to tying this up now. It's only within 4 rounds, but this is going to have to be a save from Godsent. How insane is that? Imagine if this is 16-14 for QB Fire and Godsent only have that 1 round to blame. That would be absolutely insane. Smokes are being lined up for that A-bomb site. Thrown out rather quickly. Actually does look like a bit. He's going to be playing right here for that frag, and he finally finds it on the Freddy B. Takes a decent amount of damage, about 42, something like that. 15 to 42. 42, right? Math's easy. It's one to kill as does QBF. This is going to be a 10th round for QB Fire. Without casualty, but as soon as I say that, Berlan, of all people, is able to get a kill. Map number 3. This is for the finals. We have no chance beyond this. Berlan does have that deagle in hand. He kind of wants a better gun, and this is his chance to get it as Jimqua just walks into it. An AK-47 to hold on to if you're able to save it. That is the only caveat. Round. Berlan is 15-14, doing so hot. Not necessarily bottom of this team because it's very even across the board, with the exception of Hampus and Disco Doppler, just doing a little bit better than everybody else, but it's still within 10 kills of each other. I wouldn't say there's a definite carry. But if you look at the scoreboard, it's starting to mirror what happened in half number 1, except maybe QB Fire have 1 additional round over the other players. That is a very, very aggressive way to start this game off. Or rather, end this game. This is the decider map here on Mirage. The winner of this goes on to the final slice of $10,000. They're guaranteed at least 3K. It's incredibly important for Godsent to win this round if they want to be able to win. Because QB Fire, they're going to come back completely. Because Godsent's next gun round isn't going to be this strong, most likely. They are about to be on maximum loss bonus, however. If they full save in the next round, or even just kind of half buy CZs, they should be able to buy the loss again very soon. It's going to be difficult for QBF, but they can even afford to lose this round. They win 6 more in a row, which is a little bit difficult. I'd say win this gun round, you can afford to lose the next if you're QBF and still have a confident stance in being able to win this map. Godsent is definitely still in the lead. They're looking so strong today, winning their respective matches. Holding down the second, getting 2 kills from Firebox. It's going to be convicted, finally shut him down with Boomich. He knows that there's someone around stairs in the jungle. It's actually going to be convicted, and Waterfall's getting aggressive, get one good kill. And now it's in a 2v2. It's still anybody's round the bomb, not planted. Kevik living up to his name, getting that kill. There's Kevik leads win. He's going to be able to win that 1v1 against Disco Doppler. 4 kills for him at the end of the round. QB Fire is out to 11 rounds. It's 11-13. I see people spamming easy over when it's like what? I mean 3 to 12, and then I see easy over in the chat, but no. It's a possibility now. It's a real possibility now. After Waterfall gets that first kill, Boomich gets the second. I mean, Godsent aren't looking to win this round, but they need to win the next. They're on maximum loss bonus. They're going to be able to full buy at least. But Godsent, they need to pick up the pace, and they need to pick it up incredibly quickly. Big Jimqua doing some damage as well. Now it's all down to Freddy B versus the entourage of QB Fire. All 5 players alive. No damage done to any of them as of yet. Wouldn't be surprising if Freddie B could get a kill, and that's exactly what he does under Jumpa. That's the best case scenario for him, though. The round is over, and unfortunately that bomb was planted with time still a-going. $600 for all the QBF players, and look at that money. Waterfall says 10K in the bank. A lot of money for the primary op. A double buy comes out from Godsent. They need to win this round, or else, quite frankly, they're not going to have a chance to buy like this until it's 14-13 for QB Fire. This needs to be the round for Godsent, or else they risk losing their lead. Not only that, but QB Fire will be in the lead. To 3. Now it's 13-12. Freddie B, it's looking like he's playing very passively here on this B site. These Godsent players, they must be nervous. They can't take any aggressive fights right now because they risk losing everything. QB Fire, they have enough money to buy in the next round if they lose this. Like I said, if they won a couple more rounds, they could afford to lose a round here. Winning 4 rounds in a row isn't out of the realm of possibilities. It wouldn't even be that difficult if they full reset Godsent after this run right here, because to be quite honest, Godsent don't have very much money right now. If they win this round, not all 5 players remaining, they're not going to have that much money in the next 27th round. Kill of the round. Moving off very well. First kill as does Jumqua. It's a 3v3. Still incredibly even. Twist missing his off shot. Misses again. He's going to have to fall back down to the sea, or else he's going to lose his entire life. 2v2 now as Freddie B comes in with the rotate. Hopefully this is the play that is needed, and it is. Freddie B will get it, and Godsent finally winning their 14th round. Fire still only down by 2, and they're able to buy right here. And like I said, QB Fire needed, if Godsent were to win that round, they needed them to lose quite a few of their players. Now it's in a position where if QB Fire win this round, it's going to be a full reset on the Godsent. We'll have 4-spot pistols for the 13th. The 14th round, QB Fire will be against a full save. And then Godsent will be able to buy in round, what would that be, 29. If QBF are able to win this round. Something needs to change here. Someone needs to take the lead. Right now, it might be Godsent, but it's a 2v2. Still anybody's round. It's just Freddie B and Hampus versus Boblina and Jumqua. 2 players that have made excellent plays so far on this map. Jumqua's just going to delete Hampus from the server. Now it's all down to Freddie himself. Merlan, 15-year-old, out of the server. Disco Doppler, out of the server. Hampus, gone. Twist, out. Godsent needed this round, and now it's a 1v2. It's going to be incredibly difficult for Freddie B. A lot of pressure on this player, and this is where you start to see these maybe not as good as the 2 main Swedish teams' counterparts. Maybe buckling right now, especially because he doesn't know it yet, but Jumqua is actually playing in ladder to just swing around and get that kill as fast as humanly possible. This is going to be the round for QB Fire and Godsent. They know that they're in a bad place economically, so Freddie B is just going to attempt to save. An attempt. Yeah, you have to remember the word attempt. Because Jumqua, he is out for blood. He wants to get this, as does Boblina. It does look like Freddie B is going to be able to save that AK-47 going into round number 28. Luckily for him, that is the case, because he's going to be the only one with any weapon that does not start with the letter P, as we're seeing CSGs across the board. And actually, they're full forcing into this round. They don't want this to have to go into a round 29 and then a round number 30. They want to win this in round number 29. It's still not going to be too convincing, though. is Godsent's last stand. QB Fire, if they win this round, they've come back entirely. 14-14. I mean, it's been so incredibly even. Godsent looked so strong at the beginning of this. I would have expected that this would already be over. And I'd be eating a bowl of cereal right now at the end of the half. But no. QB Fire, they want to be in that grand final after all. Now, things are being thrown for this. They execute. QB Fire definitely put up a good fight. There isn't an op over on the other side. This should be easy for QBF. But Godsent still have a decent chance. Disco Dopplet position has been given away, but Jimpua is not in the best of positions to take this fight, and it's actually going to be Twist to get the kill from behind. The A bomb site has been taken by the T's. Single kill. They have to get that bomb down sometime. He's going to just start tapping, find 2 kills, not make it a third. It's a 2v2 right now. Boomish, he needs to be able to get a kill here. Waterfalls does have that op, and that bomb is down. This is going to be incredibly tricky for these Godsent players, but with that smoke being thrown down, the tap coming in on the bomb, it's not going to be stuck quite yet. They want to be able to get at least one more of those kills. But Waterfalls, he has to spam through that smoke, and they need to be able to kill the diffuser, but no, it happens just in the nick of time. 15 rounds, map and match point here for Godsent. It's QB Fire. They only need to win 2, and they have the money to buy here. If they beat Godsent, they're gonna tie it, because, I mean, they don't have the money over on that CT side. Nobody survived in the previous round, despite them winning it. QB Fire, they're in a decent position to make this go into overtime. That would be an insane way to win this. It's been so back and forth. It's been multiple rounds back and forth. It hasn't just been one round and then one round, but Godsent, they're strong starting off on this 29th round. Just not looking too incredibly pretty here. 3v4, Godsent do have the advantage. 2 M4s and 2 FAMASas. Bomb being planted behind default. Waterfalls kill on Broland. This is definitely possible for QBF, but Twist is in the position. They know it. This is going to be it for Godsent. Unless Quebec can just defend this bomb. All he's got, and he doesn't do it. That's it. That's the game. Best of 3 won by Godsent, and they will be going on to the grand final. How amazing is that? Absolutely incredible. Campus does win it. That's going to be it from me today for Fusion.bet Masters. My name is Micah Bain. You can hit me up on Twitter at Micah Bain. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that exclamation point answer in the chat just so you can hit me up. It didn't actually do anything. I don't know what the command is. I'm not gonna lie. Just hit me up. I cast all the time, talk about esports a lot. I'm a great guy. You know how it be. It's been an absolute pleasure casting for you all today, and I can't wait to see Godsent being that first team in the finals. That is going to be great. They have a chance at $7,000 for that prize, and then $3K if they're not able to clutch it. That's a great position to be in for them. Unfortunately, QBF weren't able to close it out, but they had an incredible comeback. Great plays for both teams. I'll see you guys later.